Hello everyone, StudiousToe here, and welcome back to the Bagel Nation. We're going to be continuing our playthrough of Cities Skylines. Now, the first thing I noticed, jumping right into the gameplay, is how much trash we have just sitting around at these houses. Trash has piled up. And so I just, off camera briefly, built an extra landfill. And also, you'll notice that these two landfills are basically full. This one is 99%, this one is 0. But these two are both very much near the top. They're full, and actually you can see their fullness as demonstrated by like this, whatever this is. You can the model changes a little bit. So we built another landfill just now. And we may actually extend this little landfill area kind of in this way a little bit, just but we'll see about that. Where's this truck going? Before we get into anything too serious, we might just want to cruise around the city. I know that might not be the most entertaining video for you kids. I did see over in that direction. We did, oh, sorry. Anyway, we'll get over that weird spell. I'm in a bit of a weird mood right now. I don't know what it is. I actually had to start this video a second time because of some computer issues, but I was like, the first time I announced like the beginning of the video really weird, like I was a sports announcer or something. It was weird. But we have our grid over here for Spring Square, our new mountaintop maybe village. And so we need to get our demand for residential area. We want to get that as high as possible before really digging in deep and starting to fill in this area. So we have a lot of industrial demand, so we can start filling back in some of these little areas that we dezoned when we oversaturated our city with industrial. So we'll start doing that. Now, something it is worth... Are these places untaken? Why is there such high demand? Do we not want to farm? Is that what it is? Or is that actually... Wait, this is a farm? Okay. Okay. I shouldn't have to get in close enough to see the animals to have a building, people. And also have fences. Like, you don't want these pigs and these are cows, right? Okay, yeah. You don't want your animals mixing. It's dangerous. And a potentially uncomfortable metaphor for race relations. I don't know. It's where my mind went. All right. Did we fill up everything we already? So we still have demand. We're just going to fill up this side of the street. People probably don't want to have a business facing the garbage dumps. But, we'll just deal with it. Our trash is still piling up. Are we not getting in here effectively? 5% full. I'd like to... Because these are the garbage trucks, right? No? I thought the blue ones were... I don't know. There are garbage trucks going somewhere. Maybe these are garbage trucks. Any of these garbage trucks? We might need to build another landfill area closer, more accessible. Despite my best efforts, it seems that this lovely little interchange isn't helping too much with this, with the garbage over here. Don't want to put it too close because we don't want to pollute our farmland, but maybe really far away, maybe even over here. I'm not sure exactly. We probably should be... Well, that's further away. That's a bigger problem. We will... Let's build another landfill, because before we did have two... Oh, wow. Wait, never mind. I take back that wow. But we are filling up this landfill very quickly. We get incinerator very soon, which will help with that. Do we need that? We'll see. So let's just build a couple more landfills in here. We can't use that space because of the slope. I don't think that'll cut off our electricity. No. Because the electricity will travel through the garbage. Although garbage does not need, garbage dumps do not need electricity or running water. So, for you kids at home, keeping score. Why? Hurry. Come on, garbage trucks. Do we not have an effective way for them to get in here? I mean, that is kind of isolated, but I feel like we shouldn't be having quite this big of a problem. Wait, have a few of these, were these, there we go, okay. Garbage trucks, there they are. Okay, we're getting rid of our problems, so I think with all these dumps we should be good, and shortly we'll be getting the, oh, my mind is dying. What are they called? Crap, what, incinerators, and incinerators will take up less space and handle, I don't know if they handle more garbage, but they definitely take up less space. So I think we're going to kind of add in this area an another industrial area, add on to our existing industrial areas, probably a more accurate way to say that. Maybe connect that there. We can upgrade this to a 2-lane road. For that matter, we can upgrade this to a 2-lane road. There's no reason really why it's not. Just have these 1-lane roads around for the garbage. That'll give us some more industrial space. Maybe we could have... Oh, and since this is a bridge, we can come right up to it and use that space that looks like it should already be occupied. Ah. Wait, was that? That'll work. Something like that could work. Could work for us. That uses up most of our space. We could use this a little more efficiently, but that gives us kind of the same ideas here and here. Is that same kind of design philosophy is what I'm trying to point out, if that's not clear. Just the way that I'm adding on using the extra space by the freeway. We could have done that more efficiently with the pipes, but that's okay. So let's start adding on some industrial area. Trying to keep the people away from the dumps. I'd like to probably just reserve all of this for dumps. For that garbage that piles up, yo. And we want to... I'm purposely not putting anything here or here. Well, I mean, besides the part, just to help traffic. We don't want people coming off the road, creating more traffic problems right after the big interchange. Interchange looks like it's holding up pretty well. Don't see any real major traffic problems. Let's check our traffic overall, because there's probably somewhere where we're... Over here is becoming a problem, especially this road, it seems. We would have to move this firehouse to upgrade it, but we could upgrade this to a 2-lane road, maybe upgrade this whole thing to a 3-lane road. I think it's all 3 lanes on this side. And let's go ahead and just upgrade that to 3 lanes. We'll upgrade this even to 3 lanes, because there's going to be a lot more stuff over here that needs to be accessed. And actually, while I'm thinking about it, let's upgrade all of this over here on this side of the road. We'll upgrade it to trees. That'll make everybody happy, should help upgrade our retail spaces. Oh, let's... Just kidding. One more. There we go. Should make this neighborhood over here nice. And... Okay. I'm trying not to oversaturate our industrial spaces again. But I think we'll be fine with that. And that should satisfy our demand for a little while. And since we have more retail, people are wanting more retail, we do have space already set aside for retail. Now, we definitely need to add public transportation pretty soon. We have buses unlocked, and at 7,500 people, we will unlock subways, or our metros. So we could just place our bus depot maybe here. It's kind of something so that we can leave some space for industry. I think I like putting it there. Gives us some good space to use still. And now we can build bus lines using this handy dandy. So we need to think a bit logically about how we're going to do this, and also keeping in mind that I'm definitely going to add a subway system once we unlock that. I guess the first thing we can do, just have a pretty simple bus route. We'll start here, get 2 stops on this side of town, and then just patrol the main road, basically. We'll have 1 stop per intersection. Maybe cut in this way, come over a couple roads, give them the stop. I mean, these are kind of far apart, but I mean, you see these people smiling, so give them a stop every once in a while. And these aren't, I'm pretty bad at designing bus routes. I'm much better at subways, in my opinion. Get another stop right here. Those 2 kind of correspond, and then come back. We'll make stops on both sides, and that has to take a really long detour to connect. Okay, then we'll give them a stop right here. It might be a bad idea on the road right there. We'll kind of spread that out. This way, people can get from a pretty big chunk of town over to here. Not the best, not the worst. Let's also see, our housing demand is rising. Our population is falling, but we'll deal with that. Let's add a couple bus stops in our farming sector. Here they can kind of access a bunch of stuff. Come over here, give them a stop. And I guess 1 more over here maybe. And then just kind of give them a general route into our neighborhood. How bad of a... We'll have the route come back through like this. Actually, we'll have that share a bus stop in case someone needs to get across town or something. We'll get some... Let's try and be a little symmetrical. Again, I have a lot more fun making... Oh, no. There we go. Making subway systems. Our housing, we're going to wait a little bit longer before going over and expanding our housing in our new neighborhood. I want to have everything perfect. Actually, if we wait, well, our population is falling, so we won't unlock high density stuff yet. Can we get rid of this power line? We should be able to, yeah. So now we can start filling in here. And you can see there's a lot of traffic coming through here, both for the farming sector. I'm just going to commit to calling it a sector. Both for the farming, though, and for our retail, which the game calls commercial, but for some reason I'm calling it retail. But, yeah. This is, we're getting a lot of traffic coming this way. Eventually, we're going to want to upgrade this intersection. I'm thinking we might go ahead and start building over here soon. Build a little more retail, get that retail demand down. It might be a bad idea to build so much right here on our main road, because that's going to hurt our traffic. But everyone here will like those trees. Let's go ahead and just upgrade all of the roads in our little retail district, even though it's not its own district yet. And we'll go ahead and make this a 3-lane. There we go. So that should keep... Why are there no trees on this side? Is it because of the bus stop? Weird. But now that we've got our residential demand very high... Actually, first off, let's make a bus stop. Let's make a bus line all through this neighborhood. We'll kind of get them at the intersection so people can walk to them. And also we'll make a park in a minute. Don't let me forget that. And then kind of in here. And then they have access to the retail, because this is all going to be retail space over here. And then we'll probably continue houses most everywhere else. I think that's a good... Because these people are going to... these people are going to be fancy. They're going to have cars. They're not going to want to use the dirty bus. That's an okay bus line. It's not great. And then they'll need access to They'll want access both to the retail area and to the industrial. We're going to give them industrial access first. They don't want to go to the dump, though. I'm going to come over here, swing here so that if they need to, they can catch a connecting bus over here. And actually, we'll just give them a couple of the same stops, just in case. We'll come over here. They don't want to go to the dump again. We'll give them that, and I think that's pretty good for our industrial area. So we can just come back and connect right there. I think that's pretty good. So let's start building houses. Let's use the fill-in tool because we're not on a perfect grid anymore. I kind of like making quasi grids that look like this, and we're just going to start filling in a bunch of houses right in this little area. Let's do both sides of the road, and then this will probably come close to meeting demand. We're also gonna have to build a power line in a minute, but we connected water last time, so that's fine. Oh, thank you, dear children. They left me enough room to connect a power line where I wouldn't have to later destroy either the power line or the houses. I mean, I will destroy the power line, but I won't have to do what I did over here. Speaking of, we're not quite connected between here and here. That would be nice, though. Actually, we could add a... No. We'll worry about that in a little bit. Okay, so we've met a lot of our demand. Oh, that looks pretty cool, I gotta say. Having these houses on the top of the mountain. It's more a hill, I guess, but... That's pretty cool. So since these are probably the people who have... Oh, there are buses. Buses, don't be stupid. Like, you have one line. Like, you don't have to be all clumpy like that. Anyway. So we're just going to fill in some of this with retail space. We're going to get, I don't know, this road will probably continue maybe like that direction. I don't know. So we're just going to be careful not to screw anything up. And just give a couple retail. Now see, our housing demand has gone back up again. Are people aren't abandoning their homes, are they? Okay, not yet. So, but pretty soon we're going to get to our 7,500 people that we need for the next milestone, and it's a big one because it gives us high density. All of these things we unlock 3 things: offices, high density, commercial, high density, residential, and we get a subway, and I love subways. I think I've mentioned somewhere on this channel that I went to New York fairly recently, not too long ago, and I love trains, I like cities, I like subways. They're just... I've lived in the southern United States most of my life, which is known partially for its bad public transportation and racism. Those two things go hand in hand. And there just aren't subways in the South, really. Unless you consider, like, Los Angeles, but that's not the South. That's well, I mean, technically it is South. Like, it is South. Like, I think it's... If you lined it up on a map, it's south of where I am now, and I am definitely in the South. Anyway, there's this thing called a compass. Yeah. Of course, I'm in Texas, and people here don't think it's the South, but... Again, there's this thing called a compass. Not sure if I want to do that. Now we could start thinking about which direction we could. Oh, we can't expand yet. We probably unlock we unlock another. Oh, these are 2 kilometers by 2 kilometers. I erroneously reported them as 1 kilometer. So they're 2 by 2. So they're pretty big spaces. We do not... Okay, see, I don't know how to avoid oversaturating our industry properly. Because I keep doing that. Maybe we're not keeping these people happy enough with parks and whatnot. And speaking of parks, remember what I told you guys to not let me forget? You let me forget to add parks over here. Well, while let's build a big one or two. because I never leave space for the big ones. I'm pretty bad about that. We'll put another one like here. Actually, let's see if we can get a little... See, no one's gonna... I mean, that's not a very good space for a house. Can we build... Yeah, we can build a... See, now we've got a pathway up here. It's kind of ugly. Just has this jagged edge, but now these people can... if someone wants to walk to their neighbor's house, they can just cut through the park, or come with the kids to play on this very uneven ground. And our housing demand is very high, so very high. Hey, I was right. I wish with all my heart to fly with dragons and land apart. No, I wish I had made this our retail road, kind of, but we're gonna get over that. See, people coming, because this is technically the main road over here, so, man, okay, we're just gonna keep building. We may end up creating, ooh, I don't want that to be a house, a whole retail area, maybe somewhere around here. I'm not sure. Not really sure. We will, well, soon we'll have high density retail. We can just, and high density everything. So, okay. So we're going to delete anything that is, okay, all of this, any of this. I'm looking for unused industrial. And it's probably more that I'm not keeping these people happy than it is I'm oversaturating necessarily. I don't know. I am bad at industry. I will say that much. I am not good at doing it. My cities usually end up just having almost no industry and importing all their goods for retail areas. So that's an important thing to mention, that these industries are producing goods which are in turn being sold in our retail spaces. And if you don't have enough industry, then they have to import their goods, which means they have to have, there's more traffic flowing in and out of the city, which and you're not getting tax money, you're not double dipping on the taxes. Speaking of taxes, I should probably show off the tax panel. Looks like this. We've got standard taxes. I like to keep taxes low because people like for you to keep the taxes low. They get unhappy with you, especially if you raise them quickly. I've gotten them, I think, like as high as 14% without them really caring. But you have to provide a lot of not goods and services, just you have to provide a lot of services to them to get them to pay that much. Now, I probably shouldn't be building houses over here because of the wind. How bad is because see, this is going to be super loud, like all through here. No, these are going to be the least valuable houses maybe in our entire city, if not just, see, they're already unhappy. Garbage pile, man, our garbage system is clearly ineffective. We're not doing that. I feel like I'm making a bunch of mistakes this playthrough. Maybe I'm not. Okay, well, there's 3 more garbage in our designated garbage area. We might have to move these windmills at some point. I want to just look around on our map. I believe over here I think I did this before, but over here was where there was, if we expanded this way, it would take probably 2 more expansions for us to get over here, but this would be a great place to get our power. We can't add an oil power plant at this point, which we may have to do to meet electricity demands. Now, if you oh, I demolished one that didn't need to be demolished. Oh well, sorry. Might be. No, if you don't demolish structures that are unoccupied, then they will eventually someone will buy the property and renovate them, or well, they'll just build a new building technically, but okay, I think we're good there. But oh, come on. Why are these What is why did these places go out of business? Is it cuz they don't have enough goods? Just import your goods, bro. There's no industrial demand. You can get stuff over here. Also, we're probably going to want to build an interchange like here and maybe connect it to our farming area kind of as we expand our city. I'm thinking just they have to go a long way out of the way. Let's start working on that. Let's start. We could build. We want to build a 2-lane road because that's. We don't have to destroy that much. I mean, we have to destroy stuff, but we can. I won't feel too bad for that. And then just get our 2-lane road. I think that's a good distance. And then let's get an interchange here. I'm thinking that's a good distance. Gives us some space for our bridge. We don't really have anything over here. We might even connect. We could connect through here. That would be interesting, if nothing else. But for now, we're just going to add, or we're going to build the same intersection we built there. Pretty standard. Got to reverse that bridge in a minute, but where's the... So when you're building, it will lock, when you're like sliding, figuring out where you're going to add to the existing road, it will lock where there are pre-existing supports. So that's a nice... Oh, that is too steep for us to build on this side. It gets a little finicky at times, but... So that doesn't look great, but we'll get over it. So I believe it's this one we need to reverse. You can't... I just want to reverse it. You fiend. Can we go ahead and reverse this? Is that right? Yeah, that's what we want to do. Okay. So we'll come back. We'll do this with curves then. Can we... That'll work. I think that's the same thing we built before, basically. But now they have a little extra access. I'm just going to leave this here even though no one's ever going to use it, except maybe to turn around if they get lost. Which does happen. Like, you'll see cars driving occasionally, and you're like, where are they going? What are they doing? And then they just turn around. It's like, there's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. Get these little baby houses in here. And I haven't really left good space for my subway stations. Subway stations are 2x2 buildings that... So... Having a subway here is going to be interesting anyway because of how much higher this is. Like, a train would have to come, like... It would have to descend. It'd have to have a very long descending tunnel, like down here maybe. Why is... Okay, I need to learn more about this game. Because even though I have 175 hours or so in it, I don't know why industry sucks. Like, I think it knows that I'm biased against it because I want office... Ooh, baby. So I always end up building high density stuff. I don't build industry very long. I think it knows I'm biased. Just because that's the kind of person I am. And yes, of course, industry and everything is very valuable to our world, but and we need it, you know, because we need goods. Someone has to make stuff. Like, seriously, like, what is... Like, we have less industrial space than we had before. Maybe the businesses are cannibalizing each other. I don't know. Like something's up. Have any of these? Most of these are upgraded. I guess the survivors are upgraded. I don't know, man. I don't know what's happening. We're building up a bit of a nest egg right now. But pretty soon we'll have enough people to start building high density, and I think our first high density area may be over here. I think we may start building apartments over here. Or even over here. They can be hipsters near the farm. I don't know, man. Do you know? See, we haven't had any major problems with retail spaces or homes. You know, we'll just take all that away. If you're not using it properly, we're gonna take it away. Gonna be an aggressive and possibly bad parent. I don't know. I'm not a parent. I am not allowed to criticize parents because I don't know what I'm talking about. Even imaginary parents that are me, that are figments of my imagination, I'm not allowed to criticize them. That's a bit weird. Things can get a little bit things can get a little bit weird when I'm just talking to myself. Is it weird to people watching YouTube videos? They're like, oh, it's weird this guy's talking to himself. I wonder. I mean, it doesn't seem weird to me, but I also usually just watch good YouTubers, and I don't consider myself among them generally. Now, see, these people, they're going to send me angry fake tweets about the noise. And eventually we'll probably either move all this or get rid of it, but for now this is our best option for power. My guess is that we're going to build a gross oil power plant for a little while until we can figure out a better solution. Oh, hey, 7,500 population! So let's look at all the things we've unlocked. We've unlocked a new area. We can buy a new area. Taxation policies. We can fine-tune the taxation of zones in certain districts of your city. We get level 5 unique buildings. We haven't built any unique buildings yet. I'll show those off in a minute. Or maybe next video, actually. This one's almost near the end. Metro, which is my favorite thing, the subway system. We get education boost, all these policies that we'll talk about at some point, I'm sure. We also unlocked university, and these 3 zones, and metro, and incineration plant. So, let's just start laying out the groundwork. We'll probably finish this next time. But let's start getting our high density residential area, our next neighborhood, kind of planned out. And we could build some over here. I'm looking, not high density necessarily. I like to keep those segregated. Segregation joke. But let's just see. We also got some money, which we have a lot of money right now. Just kind of build right along our cliff. I really like this map. Like, I'm digging it. Then we can come right up here by the highway even. Just, build a straight road just so that we get the spacing about right. Try and do this all in one swoop. Let's not. There we go. These are all going to be apartments or high density residential space. That's pretty good. That's a large, and we'll have a main road, or our main road. We'll probably just borrow this. We'll have to redo all of this right through here. And somewhere in the middle, we'll just create a road like that. And then we'll have grid upon, keep layering our grid. I've been recording for like 35 minutes. Not to make you, dear viewer, hyper aware of the time. Let's see if we can, like so. Can we just make that straight like that? I like that. Okay. And then the next layer will be our main road, which for now we'll just make a 2-lane, even though we will almost inevitably end up upgrading it. Say to about here. Actually, we'll make this another long video. The first video is pretty long because I want to do this now. And we're going to build an intersection, an interchange like that. We don't have quite as much space for that, but I think that's the best choice we have. We may just completely redo all of our highways over here. So we're going to be definitely be using our sound barrier highways. And something like that. Kind of just the general way I like to build things. And instead of descending, we're going to just stay up. Now we could redo this so that the highway part, as opposed to the ramps here, so that that is always elevated. I kind of like that idea. Let's see. Let's do that. Can we just... It's a little janky. Looks a little better. I like that the highway is just always elevated. Okay, so now we'll have to reverse the whole thing. We'll come out like this. We might not end up having this be straight the whole time, actually. I'm thinking. Not sure what I want to do. We'll see. And I like the idea of using as much of the original bridge as possible, at least keeping in the same... So maybe beneath this, kind of on the inside, it'll come up like that. I like that enough. It's not quite as pretty as the original, but it's functional, and I like that it keeps the highway elevated. Let's reverse this before I forget, too. There is a mod that makes that a little bit easier. By the way, that's me right-clicking using the Upgrade Road tool. Okay, so let's do the same thing we did last time. We'll start with our left turns. Which of these is going to be the hardest? We should start with that one. I think we'll probably do the same thing with these in the middle. Kind of take up as much space. Now this one's going to be a little trickier. Do something crazy. That'll work, that'll work. Okay, so now we need left turns from these. We could do like a ramp like this, come around. I think we might go up and over though. That might not be feasible though, unless we change our grid here, which we're not committed to. That'll work. We're gonna have to redo that last section. See if we can get it in there like that. We're basically making the same interchange, just now this side we may have to deviate quite a bit from the norm. We could come like that. I don't like that. I don't like how that works. We may make a large... We could come inside like this. Can we cut underneath like that? No. So we have a couple options. Abandon this design entirely, or make a bridge that's 2 to 3 high, which that may not even work. Where did that work? Where did, I saw it, it turned blue. It said it worked. Wait, right there. This probably is going to get completely demolished. That's my... Oh, wait. Can we get this? We can get this to work? This is unnecessary. This is excessive. Very excessive. Dude, we can just adjust our grid back a little bit, which if we'd just done that from the beginning, probably would have made this unnecessary to begin with, but... now this could just do like that. It's a little... It's not the best, but maybe if we connect down there, give a little more space before they have to merge. I like that. So that'll be our right turn for that direction. Which left turn have we neglected? We've got all of our left turns. Okay, so we can turn left from there. We can turn left from here. We can turn left like that, and we can turn left like that. Okay, we've got our left turns. And we started with our first right turn. That'll work. We want to get this as that's a little janky, but that'll work. This will be the easiest right turn, I think. See, I don't like that because that tells them they can go straight there. Don't want that. Now, technically, no one's stupid enough to do that, but it gives them the option. Or no one should be, at least. That's stupid. Because you'd be getting off the freeway to cut across 3 lanes of traffic and get back on the freeway. Can we... But it may be our only option. Let's get it there. That way they have enough time to merge. And it's a little wonky for them. Actually, it might make more sense if we just give them their own... From here, just give them their own way to get on the freeway. But we won't worry about that too much. And... Is that our last? Can we turn right in every direction? We can turn right in every direction. We can turn left in every direction. So this interchange is not as bad as it's definitely for the design specifically for its purpose, but it might have made more sense to have this be the 3 high bridge and have this be the 2 high bridge, but I'm not going to worry about that, I don't think. So last things last, just adjust our grid here. Maybe like that. That'll work for here. There we go. Okay, so next time we will get into the business of filling this with high-density residential. We'll worry about some high-density commercial space and start building offices everywhere. I have been StudiousToe, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. I really appreciate it. Oh, sorry for yawning. Goodness. Leave a like, comment if there's anything you'd like to chat about with me or with just anyone in general. If you want to yell at the moon, do it in the comment section. And please subscribe to see more of my content of both this game and some of my other content that will hopefully be coming out soon. It's the best way to keep in touch with what I'm doing. There's a bunch of great stuff on my channel that I hope you enjoy. So on behalf of everyone here at the Bagel Nation, which of course is just me, thanks for watching.